this is the barbell front squat, okay? Now, well, I'm going to give you a few options for how to do this, including a little bit of info about how to warm up for it. And I want you to think of this as a progression on from doing the goblet squat, which is where you hold a weight, a dumbbell or a kettlebell, in front of your chest like this, okay? So if you're not goblet squatting comfortably over 20 kilos, then you need to continue goblet squatting until you move on to the front squat, okay? Now, the great thing about this as well is that the goblet squat acts as a perfect warm-up to the front squat. So what I suggest is before you get your first set going here to practice, is that you get the kettlebell or dumbbell and just do a nice, smooth, deep, controlled 10 reps to get you going. Now, when it comes to the bar, most bars weigh 20 kilos, which is why you need to be able to do 20 with a weight in front of your chest first. Now, we can hold it in a number of different ways, and I'm just going to show you the 3 ways really quickly. So the 3 positions we had there, first of all, the one that you should all try and do, which is this position here. So the elbows come up, the bar's resting on the hand, and what we've got is the barbell rests on the muscular part on the front of your shoulder and of course your upper chest, okay? Try and keep it off the bony bit here, and we definitely don't want it pressing on the throat or Adam's apple. It rests on the shoulder, maybe the top of chest if you've got some muscle there, and then the top of the other shoulder. And the whole point here is you've got to really drive the elbows nice and high, okay? Supporting the bar, just balancing the bar on the top of your shoulders. Now for many people, if they're a bit tight in your chest, shoulders, wrists and elbows, and you're going to find that quite hard to get into it, okay? I want you to do your best, try a couple of reps. If you can't do it, or if you end up squatting like this, then I want you to try one of the 2 other options. The second version I used was using the lifting straps, okay? So these are just like £4 or something like that off of Amazon, with just a bit of webbing, or you can just use a bit of old backpack or something. You just loop them under the bar, and then what it lets you do is it lets you get under the bar to keep your elbows high without having to be quite so flexible, okay? So that's the second preferred option. If you've got access to a set of these, you never know, they might have some at the gym. Our gym has them available for free. The third option is to cross the arms like this. So the bar still rests on the same part of the shoulders, but instead of having to crank up here, we cross the arms, pushing the bar down, controlling it, and again, keeping the elbows really high whilst we do the squat, okay? So whichever of those 3 options you choose, they're all fine, they're all going to work your legs just as hard, but whichever one you choose, you want to really keep the elbows high, so that whilst you're squatting, you've got a really nice upright posture, and the squat is safe, basically. So I'm going to show you a few more reps, and I'm also going to turn side on, which you wouldn't normally do, obviously. So hopefully you can see there that all the fundamentals of the squat that we've done before still apply. I'm still drilling my feet into the floor to create tension. My knees are over my feet. My core is braced, and I've got a really nice flat back throughout. The only real difference here is that holding the weight in front of you keeps you really quite upright in the squat, and means that your quads are working hard. Now, one other thing to note here is that to show you this in the video and make it work in my gym, I'm facing out of the squat rack, which you should never normally do, okay? So you're going to be facing in. Okay, always face into the rack, because then you can take it out, put it back in a lot safer than working out. Now, a few things then to bear in mind here. If on your mobility screen your ankles were very tight and you weren't getting as much as 10 centimeters, then you may find as you squat down that what happens there is the knee can drop in as you go down and the ankle doesn't have the range. If you continually keep lifting your heels or your knees coming in, and just try putting a low thing under your heels, like a 2.5 kilo weight plate or a small piece of wood or even a mat, okay, but it needs to be pretty firm, just to raise up the heels a bit there. Over time, as you get stronger, better at the exercise and improve your mobility, we'll take that wedge out from underneath your heels, and you should be able to continue to get full range of motion. So remember, it's full body tension drilled in the floor, elbows high, no matter which of the positions you use, okay, and then over time it's going to increase that weight, but we're never going to sacrifice form to put more weight on the bar.